22? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It depends, because I mean Ike was measured anywhere from 8 to 50 or 25 feet depending on where it was the measurement was taken, and Katrina was up to 25 feet in some places.
The surge, I don't think I've heard of a surge issue before this past year. You think how fast the winds were, but flooding the surge was a new thing to think about.
I think with Alicia, it was more of a windstorm.
Yes.
And this one, Ike, was more of a water storm, so your damage was different. And how many people were affected was different.
Yeah, one of the cool things that they've been working on is looking at elevation maps of this region, and I think as they know, this whole area would have been completely underwater if you have a 20-foot storm surge in areas that are only a few feet above sea level. It's kind of scary.
Looks like we've got a couple more questions. Start with you.
How did they react when it was it's like a hurricane? How did they react? How did you react on hurricane, on the day of the hurricane?
Well, I didn't really have that much of an effect. I was just watching TV, and then the TV just shut off, and all you hear is like the wind blowing against the door.
I was just calm and every time I heard the wind hitting the windows, and I was just playing, and the lights went off. I just stay in my bed and sleep all day.
I was just swimming in the swimming pool. Little machine that cleans swimming and kicking. Usually I was sleeping. You know, there was a part that that the electricity suddenly turned back on. I kind of missed that part. That way everybody had their phones. And I was reading it.
Can I give you guys just a little bit of history about our building?
That'd be great.
For this building here, this was an old Edison Schwest building, so it was an electrical storage building. And it's been converted over to classrooms within here that we hold classes for the college, and we do outreach programs in the summertime. The campus actually as a whole did really good. We lost 2 windows in the buildings and everything except for this building. And in this building right here, the whole wall that's right outside on the other side here, that whole wall blew in. And my boss's office in the very back here, and a commercial AC system that weighs pretty close to 30,000 pounds came through her roof. So when it came in, our whole office was destroyed. We lost all the ceilings, we lost the walls, we lost almost $40,000 worth of books and supplies that we used to do the summer camp programs. As a result of all of that, we had a raccoon that lived in our building for almost 9 months. And you can actually see, if you go down by our classrooms, I wouldn't let them paint the walls because you can see his footprints as he went up and down the walls as he gathered supplies from the other offices within the buildings here. We also, about 6 weeks after the storm hit, when we started coming back into it, we found a baby snake going down the hallway. About 2 months later, we found Mom, about 6 foot long. She was a Gulf Coast salt marsh snake, and she was living in our freezer. And over the course of the next 3 months, we found 3 more. Nancy picked up a box and one crawled across her toes. So in all, they were making themselves at home. We actually scared the police officers when we had them come over and remove the snakes. But we actually survived quite a bit. The bridge that you guys crossed over, the short one right here with the drawbridge, it actually buckled up like this. And so all of the road had to be scraped and repaired in order to be able to get it. But our officers, Officer Morgan, and one of our other officers actually rode the storm out in the building that was here. She was the one that let you guys into this office here. So Galveston took a hard hit, but this part of the area was actually higher than the regular part of Galveston.
It's strange enough we got very little of the storm surge, not with the water.
I just moved to Texas after the hurricane happened. Does anyone know what category the hurricane here was?
It was about like 4 or 3 or 4.
And what's, like, does anyone, like, what's the biggest, how does that compare to other hurricanes?
It was a two.
It was a two. It was a two.
With
With a storm surge of a 4. It was a mixed.
The winds.
It was a mixed meteorological thing.
So how do you tell what category, I wasn't here, I'm from the north, we don't have hurricanes, so I don't know, how do you tell how big a hurricane is?
By
Wind.
So someone's out there measuring the wind speed and they,
No, like,
They go
They
to,
have machines.
oh.
they fly an airplane, and they
put
drop
a
this
little-
little
They
thing inside the
drop,
eye.
they drop,
On the middle of the
they
eye.
drop, little machines that go into the eye of the hurricane.
And it's a machine
And
that
it
you
measures
measure the wind speed.
temperature, wind speed, and where it might be.
Location.
Wow. Sounds cool.
That's why I think a lot of people in Gallatin stay, because we are category 2, we're like, oh,
And it was just barely a category two.
Oh, that's good.
But there's another scale they use to measure the size of it, and if you saw pictures of Ike when it entered the Gulf, it literally covered the Gulf. And that's a scale that's not used very often, but they're considering on adding that to the other scale to give a better picture.
yeah.
Do we have any other questions from the audience?
Where are y'all gonna go eat lunch? When you come to Galveston, you gotta eat good food.
They said we should eat at Joe's, but they don't want to listen to me.
No, they stop on 39th Street.
They say we have to go eat.
On the beach?
On the beach, it's a good place to eat.
Watch out for the jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Oh, one stone.
Do you have any suggestions for survivors of the hurricane, that's us, that we should do in the future? Oh, good, hands are up. Do in the swimming pool. What swimming pool? What would be one of the first suggestions you would make to us about future storms?
Buy lots of food and keep a good contact with other people that you can stay with, just in case it hits where you live.
Excellent suggestion.
And don't in the roots where you, like the streets are.
Oh, the routes, the evacuation, routes, whatever. Yeah, good. And yours?
Well, if you buy a new house or if you're building a new house, make sure it has, like, it's built up on stilts.
Don't buy one sitting in a hole? And yours?
Make your house secure and like cover all windows and doors. Try to make everything possible to not to break or damage. And at least a small battery TV for to know when a hurricane is coming or before or after what is going to happen, and store lots of food if the water there's no electricity because the refrigerator.
Good suggestion.
When your house is getting flooded, you should probably get your important stuff, like your insurance, passport, everything, so it won't be damaged or affected. And then you should have your insurance to repair your house or other stuff. Insurance savers.
Excellent.
Move away like 3 weeks before, because
What about you?
I'm sorry, what? Live in another house. Learn to different. Anybody else? What do I do with my animals?
oh,
Take
them
them.
with you.
Take them with me. Except for a cow. If I have a cow, I might be in trouble. Rent a trailer. Okay. Yes. How cool.
Yeah, that's right.
How big was the hurricane? One more question. One more question.
The diameter?
Not diameter.
In
Go ahead, go ahead.
In diameter, how big was it? Hurricane Ike.
About the size of
In diameter.
diameter?
Texas.
Next.
Right.
Texas.
Gulf of Mexico.
I didn't hear the question.
Diameter of Ike.
Oh, I don't know the exact diameter.